You're on the aft deck at 8. The med is flat. Someone already made the coffee. You're on the aft deck at 8. The med is flat. Someone already made the coffee. A deckhand has your shoes. The passerelle is down. The village is still asleep. For a second, this is just how mornings work. You did not book a table. You did not wait for a tender from the hotel. You could get used to this. That's the point of the picture. This is the version of you who owns a yacht. The listing that got you here is a new Princess Y72. 75 feet. For $1,009,000. VAT paid. 2 crew. Or it's the crude boat. A 47-meter Sanlorenzo. Ocean Dreamwalker 3. 22,000,008. Asking. 9 people on the books. The cheap door is a used Westport around $3 million. The 100-meter last ask was $325 million. We do not have the sole dollar. That's the listing. Here's what it doesn't show you. 1. The new 75-footer does not cost 10% a year. It costs about $253,000, 5.2% of the ask. 10% would be $490. You have a pad of $237. 2. The 47-meter on base pay is $2,004,000, 8.9%. Load the crew the way the managers do and you are in 10 to 15. The middle is about 12. 10% is then low by 2 to 5 points. 3. A man named Scott bought a 105-foot Sunseeker for about $3 million. First boat people call a super yacht. Used. Cheap denominator. They called it Kefi. The crew still showed up. The yard still showed up. Year 1. 1,149,000. 38 to 42%. He chartered it 18 weeks. Took in 1,170,000. Paper profit. 21,000. Then a refit. Another 177. The paper profit was gone before the paint dried. He said it is a business with lifestyle implications. Not a lifestyle with business implications. That's the whole argument. One sentence. 10% is a cushion on a new 75-footer. It is a floor on a crude 45-meter. It is a joke on a cheap old hull of the same length. The bill follows the boat, not what you paid for it. You thought you'd live on it. You pictured months. The Med in July. The Caribbean at Christmas. The boat as a house that moves. Most owners use the boat 4 to 8 weeks. The brochure says 6 is worth exploring. The financial case starts at 12. Those are 3 different claims. A good year is 12 weeks. On the 75-footer, the year still costs $253,000. That's about $21,000 a week. A bad year is 4 weeks. Same bill, $63,000 a week. On the 47-meter, 4 weeks is $510,000 a week. 8 weeks, $255. 12, $170. The crew does not care which year you had. You will be told charter can carry the year. So you list it. Strangers sleep in the cabin you bought for the morning. Commission is 15 to 20% of the base. The APA is guest money, not yours. Boat International ran the table. 148-meter, 7 weeks, cleared 17,000. A 47-meter sail, 9 weeks, lost 444. An 85-meter, 8 weeks, lost 430. A good charter year is you yielded July. A bad one is you kept July and still called it a business. You cannot have the financial case and the peak weeks. Most family offices who could buy a 24-meter said no. We do not have a number for the 1%. If you just want the picture for a weekend, you rent. A 70-footer is $19,000 to $36,000 a week before the APA. The APA is another 30%. 45 to 50 meters starts around $165,000 a week. Plus the 30. You thought you bought a key. You bought a crew. On the 75-footer, that is 2 people. 109,500. Monday they still show up. You are in London. The boat is in Monaco, stacked, waiting. Dockage is in the number. Fuel is in the number. Insurance is 0.75% of the ask. You run it yourself. No management line. Haul and anti-foul. 253,000. 5.2%. 40% of that thin bill is crew. Only because the rest of the bill is small. Of a 10% budget, crew is 22. 5 years of writing checks. By plus operate. 6,160,000. Nobody will give you a residual. We looked. The 47 meter is the same story with more heads. 9 people, a chef, deck, engineers, a captain who does not go home in October. Base pay, 580,000. That is 28% of the year, not 40. 40% is what people say in a bar. Dockage, fuel, insurance, maintenance, management, toys, 2 million for 8.9%. Load it the way Ocean Independence does and the year is 2.3 to 4.1 million. The middle is 3.2, about 12% of the ask. Fraser says 10 to 15. That is where 40% holds. 1 million to 2 million of crew on a loaded 50 meter. At 5 meters, add about 15%. The bill follows length, not the sticker you paid in 2014. 5 years on this one, 33 million on base pay, 36.6 if you load it. Still no residual. You can own and still not have the morning you bought. Past 40 meters, rotation starts. You think you hired 9 people. You fund 2 for each job. The rotational salary is 10 to 20% lower. You still pay 2 of them. Wages were mostly flat last year. The year got more expensive because rotation got more common. Then the yard. 100 meter needs about 44,000 square meters of shrink wrap. Reshoot aside, 8 to 10 weeks. We do not have a euro per meter. Anyone who gives you one is guessing. A winter refit on a 30 to 50 meter is 500,000 to 1.5 million pounds. Midlife paint and machinery, 1 to 3 million. A 1967 boat walked in scoped at $1 million in 6 months. A year later, it was $6 million. It was still there. Florida will cap the sales tax at $18,000. That cap is real. It is a boat fact. Europe will not. Import VAT is 19 to 27%. The flag on the stern is not the tax. A named-storm deductible is 5 to 10% of the hull. That is a broker number. Ian is still the wreck people mean. Helene and Milton moved hundreds of boats. And if you want out, median time to sell a 30-meter plus, about 460 days. We do not have a % off ask table. Moonrise sold. Galeen sold. We have the last ask, not the sold dollar. Larry Ellison paid 250 million euros for Rising Sun. 138 meters. He called it absolutely excessive. He took it to Valencia for the America's Cup. It would not berth at the jetty. The trophy boat could not park at the trophy event. He sold it. David Geffen ended up with it. Ellison went smaller. Fedship. 288 feet. The papers like to hang a 10% warning on that story. That line is the papers, not his. Emidia is 106 meters. Sat. A court in New York put numbers on the sitting. Idle. 743,750 a month. 8.9 million a year. For a boat that did not move. The captain's sworn budget, in service, 12,760,000. The appraisal was 230 million. Idle is about 3.9%. In service, about 5.6. 10% was the lawyer's planning ceiling. Not this boat's invoice. You should own this if the morning is the point. No stranger in the cabin. That is not a number. It is the reason. If you will not surrender July, or a Christmas week, or a particular berth, if the thing itself is the reason, Ellison still wrote the check. Then he called it excessive. Both things can be true. If you are in Florida and the $18,000 cap is real, and you are not importing into the EU at 19 to 27. You should not own this if you will use it 4 weeks and you also want July. You cannot have both. Charter in. If you are treating the cheap old 105-footer as a bargain. Kefi already ran that year. You're back on the aft deck. 8 in the morning. The med is flat. The coffee is still there. The deckhand is still waiting on your shoes. The village is still asleep. That picture is real. You can have it. You just cannot have it as a listing. It is also incomplete. The year is still 5.2% on the new 75-footer, or 10 to 15 on the crude boat, or 38 to 42 if you bought the cheap one. The listing never said that. Now it has.